And action. Hey there, comic book friends, I'm Travis, and it's New Comic Book Day, yay! Or at least New Comic Book Day for me. These would be comics for the week of February 20th, I believe, 2024. It's been a while. Let's jump into it and see what we've got. Looks like I have 8 comics. I don't know if this is all the comics that would technically be for this week. Discount Comic Book Service is who I get my comics from, and they, I think, have started, basically, they ship what they have at the time they're supposed to ship, as opposed to delaying, because lots of comics have been getting delayed lately, whether due to weather, due to publishers, or whatever the case may be. So let's jump right in. What am I reading right now? Of course, I am getting Hellblazer. This is Dead in America. Ooh, wow. I am filming from my phone, which I hate. I'm having some sort of an issue. I had to, since the last time I did videos, I've replaced my computer. I've gotten software and whatnot. But for some reason, my video and my sound won't match up through my editing process, so I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to attempt to do this on the phone. Depending on how painful this is, depends on whether you see any more of these. Anyway, this is issue number 2 of Hellblazer Dead in America. This Hellblazer run has been outstanding. Not just this. Go and get the stuff that was right before this. This is Cy Spurrier and Aaron Campbell, Jody Belair are the creators on the book. They just put out a top-notch Hellblazer run. And when I say top-notch, I own all of the Vertigo stuff. And I've gotten most of the other odd stuff that's come out since then. This rivals any of the original stuff. It is just absolutely excellent. But we are in America, and John's trying to figure out his problems, as per usual, but it is pretty awesome. Here is issue number, what is this? Issue number 6 of Wonder Woman. Tom King is on this title now. Can't remember the other creators' names are offhand. Decent artist. This is Ortega, but I don't think that's who the artist has been for most of the book. Oh no, that's the backup. Up here. There's your creators. Yeah. But it's been good. It's really interesting. Tom King's take on Wonder Woman, and it's kind of basically America versus the Amazons, and Wonder Woman in particular in this case. The premise of the original part of the arc was some Amazonian somewhere killed a bunch of people in a bar, a bunch of redneck, gropey hand creeps, and America freaks out. I guess there were lots of ambassadors in the United States, Amazonian ambassadors. They all get shipped back. Wonder Woman refuses to do that. She wants to figure out what happened, why these murders happened, and all of that. And of course, the U.S. government wants to do that because behind the U.S. government is a king of America, basically, that has been running the country for forever. Supposedly, they have their own magic lasso. It's a black magic lasso. It looks pretty sinister. There are elements in this that I'm really curious to see if they're going to be able to pull off. I'll talk more about that if I talk actual comic books. Because otherwise, this video is going to be forever, and I'm not reviewing a book I haven't read yet. But it's good. It's interesting. Nightwing. This is issue number 111. I've been really enjoying Nightwing. It has been a joyful romp with Dick Grayson by and large. I believe that is going to start ending now. It's been implied that we've been on this heroic soaring arc. Dick has basically donated most of his money to improving Bloodhaven, but now he is about to fall. And people asked online of Tom Taylor, well, why are you wrecking this great run by having him fall? Because, well, all heroes fall so they can pick themselves back up again, or something along those lines, right? Issue number 5 of Midlife, or Howdy Hero at 50. I love this book because I am in my 50s, believe it or not, and it's fun. This book is kind of, these people are my age, and the creators are my age, obviously, I think, and so a lot of the conversation is sort of that sort of thing. Not to say that it's an old person book, but that you have a different perspective after you've been alive for half a century. And yeah, so this is about a guy who worked for the fire department but is afraid of fire, and finds out that he is basically invulnerable to fire and controls elements of it in some way. And craziness ensues. But it's got a lot of like great inside jokes when these characters. There's lots of flashbacks when these characters are like kids and they're always talking about the superhero movies and about like how the Batman nipples from the Batman movie, pretty much they thought that would wreck all superhero movies and there would be no more superhero movies, and just fun conversations that I don't remember being that crazy, but I remember having conversations like that. So lots of fun. This is Evasive, issue number 3. This is out from Oni Press. Another Cullen Bunn book. Cullen Bunn is pretty prolific. I pick up most of his stuff because I enjoy it in one fashion or other. Boy, I really hate that glare. I got to figure that out. Evasive is an invasive surgery. So this is a ex-police detective and a doctor going around the country, exploring the black market, trying to find out who's doing this nefarious black market, extreme body modification type surgeries and whatnot, and just continuing it. There are people who are addicted to it and whatnot. But there's this special group of black ops people, not black ops is wrong, but black market surgeons who are evil. I mean, they're not. It's not just a matter of that they're doing something illegal. They're butchering and mutilating people on a whole different level. Issue number 3, I think this is the penultimate issue. I think this is like 4 issues long, but it's been good. It's been creepy, but really good. And here we go. This is issue number 1 of the Six Fingers. This is Dan Waters, who I love. I pick up anything that Dan Waters writes. The artist, Sumit Kumar. The last thing I remember them doing was These Savage Lands by Vault Comics with Ram V. Beautifully illustrated books. I expect this is going to be beautifully illustrated. Speaking of Ram V writes what my understanding is the twin of this book. He is writing The One Hand, and this is the Six Fingers. So he is right, and it's the first book I've already read. I read it last week. The One Hand it's a murder mystery told from a detective's point of view, a detective who's about to retire, but this serial killer murder shows back up again with lots of earmarks in ways that only the serial killer would know what those hallmarks are. But he has already put in prison twice now. He has put in prison people who were accountable for this serial killing that only certain people would know all the information about and whatnot. So I'm not sure exactly what this one's going to entail, but I absolutely love that cover, and I love these creators. Dan Waters and Ram V, pretty much I buy what they're writing just because it's been I just really enjoy their looks at the world and the stuff that they have going on. So excited for them, and there's kind of this whole thing that they're doing together. Excited to see what that's going to be like. Here is Knights. This is issue number 5. I have no idea how long this is going to go on. This is an alternate reality comic book. This is set in Florida, which is still heavily Spanish influenced. It might actually still be part of Spain in this version. There are supernatural creatures that just kind of walk around to some degree, like ghosts, definitely. There are vampires. Vampires seem to be pretty rare. One of the vampires is in this. I think that's her right there. Her name is Graham. She is buddies, housemates with a whole bunch of people. One of those people seems to be a hitman. There's this kid here who is related to the hitman. He lost his family, so he's living with the hitman. Not that anybody knows he's the hitman. He's in love with Graham. No, I'm sorry. This is Graham down here, floating away. There are werewolves. There is trauma. It is just really, really interesting. Love the artwork by Luigi Forciano? Yeah, I don't know. I'm terrible at names. That has not changed. But at any rate, so I am looking forward to checking that out. It's been gorgeously cool. Oh, here we go. Issue number 2 of Animal Pound, another Tom King book. I tend to pick up a lot of Tom King books. When they're good, they're really good. I mean, he has some books that I think fall incredibly flat. Tom King, Peter Gross, Tamara Bonneville doing the colors on the book. It is literally about that. It is about an animal pound who basically overthrows their pound. They chase off all the humans, and they are in control. They're trying to form a society with cats, dogs, rabbits. Don't think there's any other animals in there. I can't remember off the top of my head. But they're kind of grappling with potentially what is democracy, what is their basic instincts versus intellectually what they think they want to do. And the first issue was super depressing. I thought, just from a whole how terrible pounds can be, especially kill shelters, which this one was. Our local, we don't have a pound, we have an animal shelter, and it's not a kill place. But at any rate, so curious to see what this is going to be. I mean, clearly it must be weigh in and vote. They must be running elections. Be curious to see what issue number 2 brings. Issue number 1 was interesting. Like I said, uncomfortable one. Anyway, that's it. We'll see if this actually gets up. Oh yeah, I'm wearing my latest comic book shirt. See it under my big beard here. This is Dracula, motherfucker. Well, it's beeped, but a graphic novel by Alex DeCamp and Erica Henderson. Erica Henderson's the artist. Bought a whole bunch of her shirts here for this last Christmas. Anyway, that is it. I've got, like I said, we'll see. I don't know if this will be a regular thing this way or not. I don't dig this, but I cannot figure out. I actually started to do videos the beginning of the new year, and I've had such terrible time with the trying to figure out how to get the sound. I mean, the sound is way off. You start recording and you start talking, and I'm like doing the 5-finger countdown just to see how far the time is off. By the time I count down from 5 to 0 and then back up to 5, the video is done and my sound is still on the countdown to like 2. I've unplugged the fancy microphone that I've had, so I'm just using the webcam. It still doesn't seem to work. It's an updated version of the software I've always used. So, and the other stuff is all basically the same that it's always been. So I don't understand why with this newer computer, it's not new. I mean, it's been years since I've done one of these videos, right? I can't remember. But pandemic was terrible. I have, knock on whatever, I have never gotten sick. But I work in essential services. So when the pandemic happened, it basically tripled my job. I got almost 6 months behind on reading comics. I had surgery on my foot. I had to have my Achilles tendon removed and my heel reshaped and then the Achilles tendon put back on. So I was off my foot for like 7 months. So it gave me time to catch up on all my comics, which was exciting. And gave me time to play like, I don't know, 756 hours worth of Elden Ring. But at any rate, and I've bounced around in my company. I've taken a massive downgrade to get to the point where I have time in my life to read my comics regularly and potentially do this. But anyway, having those technical issues, and I'm not sure about this recording on my phone, and then I'm going to see if I can download it from my phone to my computer and edit it if I'm going to edit it. I don't know. There's not going to be fancy stuff at the beginning of it anymore. All that stuff got lost. My computer had a massive failure, hard drive failure and whatnot, and I lost everything, all intros, all outros, all that stuff. Now I have the software to do it again, but I probably will not take the time to do all of that. And if I do reviews, the reviews will probably be just a review of the single books. I still collect a lot of books, but I've trimmed back on stuff. My superhero intake isn't near as much as what it was. But this video is now reaching close to the 15-minute mark, so it's probably time to be done because nobody watches these things this far. Anyway, have a great one. If you happen to comment, what are you getting? What'd you get this week? what I missed. It's awesome. Because, I could always use more comics in my life, right? All right. Have a good one, everybody.